Hi, and welcome to Walking Wilder. Uh, I am going to do a reading about the new moon energies that we are currently in. This is the Cancer new moon coming up here shortly. Um, and so, yeah, welcome in. If this resonates with you, please make sure that you hit like, subscribe, and all that good stuff, so that you can follow along as I put new readings up. I really appreciate you supporting this new channel, this new adventure of mine. So, anyways, uh, welcome. The first card that I pulled is Conclusions Are Within Reach. And so there's something that you've been wondering about, something that you've been wanting to, my feeling with it is kind of put aside, put an end to, kind of be done with, um, is about to reach a conclusion here. This card here actually talks about a fiery climax approaches. So there might be some, well, there might be some unruly energy in this, if you can say that. Work through your fears and bring love into the situation. So this is not an easy situation that you're in here, but putting or viewing it from a loving perspective might help this whole ending of something here, or conclusion of something, to play out in a nicer way. So work through your fears of this and kind of try to look at the whole thing from a loving point of view. um, what do you need to release? And that, I feel, here it has not so much to do with what is concluding here, because this end here is coming and you already know what this is about. This, I'm feeling, is much more to do with what you might need to look at in yourself and release in order to bring love to the situation, in order to not be triggered so much, in order to um, just have a different approach to it. The answers you need are coming, and so my feeling with it is that these two cards together is going to give you some sort of perspective, some sort of answer that's going to help you bring love into this, so that the fiery climax is not going to be, as difficult to deal with as you might think. I feel like, no, not this deck. This, um, pulling a few full moon. So this might have been something that's been going on since the last full moon we had here. Something that, is kind of coming full circle. It's time to release it now. It's time to look ahead and manifest something new. There's boundaries in the middle here. Let's see what this... Sometimes this Cancer energy, has to do with childhood, with intuition, with home, um, that type of thing. So this can be patterns that are brought up from something earlier on in your life, or, something karmic perhaps. Let's see what this has to say. Oh, transformation here. I think I'm going to put it up here because you guys can still see it. Spiritual cleansing. So yeah, there's some energy here that needs to be let go. I'm sensing this frustration, this sort of anger, but not really. Something is just, there's something you need to look at with these two cards to kind of get to that loving perspective of it. And that's not to say that, if this is a relationship that you are releasing, it's not that you shouldn't, passion at the bottom here. It's not that you shouldn't release it. It's more that it's important that you look at it from a loving perspective, appreciating the lessons in this, more so than, the hurt and the anger and whatever else this might entail. Let's see what this, is about. Here's growth. So yeah, Let's see. Pull a couple more here, Spirit. Tell me a little bit more. Okay. Message at the bottom. You might be receiving some sort of message from this person, or this could be a message from your higher self, your spirit guides, something that comes through. Well, it did say the answers you need are coming, so whether this has to do with coming from above or coming from another person or something you see or hear or within yourself, whichever might be the case here. Death, so there's some sort of transformation in this. We already knew this, because conclusions are within reach. So yeah, something is coming to some sort of conclusion, some sort of change in this situation. Water, with feelings, how do you? Something is changing in that home. So this could very well be a family related situation. It might not be a romantic relationship. This is friendship. So I'm thinking it has more to do with with a family member. Of course, it can also be a friend, but my feeling with this is that this has to do with something in your family, something that you are transforming here, a way of looking at something, perhaps a discussion, perhaps a situation that that you all have. Okay, these cards will not shuffle for me. Just a second here. We'll try this again. So yeah, it something close to home, close to your heart. Page of Cups, something you're looking at, perhaps the message, something that's coming in, change. And here's the Hierophant, so this energy of something that's traditional. Let's see what's challenging you in this. All right. Ten of Cups, harmony. So there's some sort of harmony that you are striving for in this. And here's the Ten of Wands. So this is a heavy burden that you've been carrying, some sort of unbalance in a relationship. Here's like the Ten of Cups, the Ten of Wands, two very different energies. Something you're looking at here to see, look ahead to try and figure out what to do about this situation. You will be successful with the Six of Wands. Here's the Ten of Swords. So there's a lot of thinking, a lot of perhaps a lot of communication. But see, now both cards are here to both these two cards speaks of an ending. Actually, you have 3 tens now. So, there's definitely something ending here. It could be the relationship itself. It could be the way you look at it, something you learned from it, some sort of pattern that's concluding here that's going to transform into something else. Not the easiest path, this is your challenging energy. So again, I feel like seeing this situation from a perspective of love is going to be really important, so that you can let go of the burden, let go of the overthinking, of perhaps the discussions, there could have been some deceit in this too, a lot of thinking, a lot of mental activity, worry, all that kind of stuff. Let's see what's supporting you here. Hope you guys are doing well. Whoop. Competition, 5 of Wands. Yeah, there's some discussion here. I'm thinking this is the discussion that's going on inside you, actually, about what to do with this situation. You're thinking about, what it is I need to release in order to make this situation better, and those answers are coming to you. So my feeling with this is not really that, it's at the bottom of the deck, the Queen of Cups. Use your intuition. Again, that loving approach is going to be really, really important in this. Can we have a little bit more, Spirit? Here's the Queen of Swords. So this energy of cutting through the BS, telling things the way that you feel they are, and kind of standing your ground in this. Again, and I put it right here. I didn't even think about that, but I put it right, along the Ten of Cups. So again, the importance of bringing love into this, of seeing it from the perspective of love and not falling into this fiery discussion. This is like right next to Scorpio energy, so there's like this, we could really, really sting each other if we are not careful here type of energy. Tell me more, Spirit. Yeah, the Hierophant. My feeling with this is there's going to, or this is kind of like the discussion between, this is the way we've always done things, this is the traditional way. Perhaps the person you are having this whole situation with could be a parent, or someone older than you, someone who is used to seeing things from a very traditional point of view, and not really too open to seeing that maybe there's a different perspective here that we could see. So there's, again, make sure that there's love in this, so that it doesn't turn into, that it doesn't escalate from the Five of Wands, which is, can be a discussion, different ways of seeing things, disagreements, into this heavy, heavy burden thing of the Ten of Wands here. Can you tell me more, Spirit? Oh, that's too many. That is too many. Yeah, you have the King of Discs. Very stable energy, very, grounded, down to earth. That's not what I want to say, but he sits here and he's, you can see in this card, he's very stable. He's very, in a sense, you get this kind of traditional energy from him. It's like, I know what I'm doing. I know how to be in this world. I know, what my view is on this and that. The key word on this particular card in this particular deck is power. So again, I'm kind of like getting this feeling that there could be some clash between the way that we normally do things and then this Queen of Swords, who's like, well, I'm seeing this from a different perspective, and I'm wanting to change something within this relationship, within myself, within the way we do things. Some sort of conclusion needs to come into life here. So, there's something there, kind of like this battle between traditional and a new way of looking at things. What don't you see coming in this? What don't the collective see coming in this, Spirit? Thank you. Seven of Wands. So there's, some energy of standing your grounds, of holding on to whatever, your point of view is here. Again, these two together, there's some discussions here. There's some differences in the way that you look at things. Kind of like a build-up feeling here. Seven of Discs. Perseverance energy here. Ace of Pentacles, is it? They call it discs in this set. But yeah, there's the possibility here of a new beginning with abundance. In this sense, I'm feeling it more like the abundance of understanding, of respecting each other's perspective, starting from a different point of view type of thing, more so than money and that. Of course, the discussion can have something to do with money, how you spend your money, what is your Ten of Cups, that type of thing. How much work are you willing to put in, and that sort of things. It can be here. Oh, this is good. All right, so Six of Swords. So moving away from conflict, putting this behind you. Here's the Queen of Cups. So this loving intuition thing, that energy of bring love into this situation, support each other's right to see things from different perspectives, is very much what I'm getting here. Will help you put this behind you, in a not quite so fiery way, or perhaps a passionate way, but not a passionate way that's going to mean that this relationship is going to need to recover from something. Yeah. What will manifest in the next, I don't know, month or two from this spirit, from this situation? All right. Here's the Four of Cups. Meditation, healing, looking at things. This card is a little different than the traditional deck, because here all four cups are, upright. They're filled. They're actually so filled that they spill over. So again, I get this feeling of the importance of bringing love into this, in order to not turn over any of the cups, in order to see, bring stability. These are, four very stable. Yeah, and here's the Hangman, which is called perspective in this deck. So make sure you see the other person's perspective in this, so that you don't end up causing, some sort of conflict. Here's the Nine of Swords. This fear of, this can be overthinking. This can be, but here I'm kind of feeling like, okay, this is the conflict energy of us just not seeing things eye to eye. So, take some time with this. Slow down enough to see the other person's perspective, so that you can bring love into this situation here, and not the deck of the Three of Cups, so that you can cooperate and kind of work on seeing things, not necessarily agreeing on everything, but respecting each other's opinions. All right. Advice. Yeah. Balance. Change, of course. But I see this card very, very much as a card of balance also. There's the dark and the light. Make sure that you see both perspectives, that you kind of, if nothing else, perhaps this is something where you can agree to disagree, but be thankful for whatever this discussion, this relationship has taught you. And for some of you, there could be an actual ending of a relationship, with the death card here, and I don't mean somebody dying. I just mean, something transforms into something else. So however it resonates with you, just remember, from, lead from love is a sentence that's in my head. I don't really know how that, is, but yeah, there's definitely some energy here of being aware of the other person's point of view, being aware of how you express yourself with the Queen of Swords here, and the Queen of Cups. Make sure you express yourself clearly, but in a loving way. Again, that seems to be the message. So I think I'm going to leave it at that, because it seems like it's very clear. It keeps kind of coming up, the same thing in different ways here. Seek balance. Make sure you see things through the eyes of love here. Speak your truth kindly, and release, the tension is in this connection by being honest, and and transform it into something new, whatever your situation is. So yeah, I hope this resonates with you guys. Please click like and subscribe. If it does, leave me a comment if you feel like it, and I'll see you next time. Big love. Thanks.